Welcome to today's Explainer. We're jumping right into a platform called Pixeva and looking at how it is fundamentally changing the game for event photography. I mean, we've all been there, right? You attend this gorgeous wedding or a really high-end corporate gala, and a few weeks later, you finally get the link to the gallery. But instead of this beautifully curated memory lane, you're hit with absolute chaos. So today we're going to explore exactly how Pixeva transforms those chaotic event galleries into organized, secure, and highly curated experiences.
Think back for a second to the last time you opened one of those shared event links. Have you ever received a gallery and just felt instantly, completely overwhelmed? You open it up on your phone and you're just staring at this massive wall of tiny thumbnails. You really just want to find one good picture of yourself, but instead, you are forced to endlessly scroll past like 300 blurry photos of the dance floor. It's a totally shared frustration, and it's exactly what the developers over at Pixeva call the photo dump chaos.
And to put this into perspective, we aren't just talking about a couple hundred photos here. When professional photographers shoot large events, they can easily capture and deliver between 1,500 and, get this, 6,000 photos for a single event. Imagine 6,000 photos just dumped into one single digital folder. That is a staggering amount of visual data for a client or a guest to process, and it creates some very real, incredibly frustrating problems for everyone involved. This beautifully illustrates the utter failures of what we call the flat grid. When you dump thousands of photos into an endless flat grid, three major things break down. First up, disorientation. A bride and groom shouldn't have to scroll through 1,000 late-night party photos just to find their intimate morning prep shots, right? Second, and this is a big one, accidental privacy violations. Sensitive moments easily get exposed to casual attendees who really shouldn't be seeing them. And third, massive download bandwidth overload. If a guest just wants a few pictures of the ceremony, conventional galleries will often force them to download a massive 30-gigabyte zip file containing the entire 6,000 photo event. It's just literally not efficient. Section 1. Organizing with event folders. So how do we actually fix this flat grid? Well, the foundation is moving to hierarchical event folders. Instead of one giant bucket, photographers divide the event into clean, chronological timelines. Just look at this wedding day flow as an example. You've got folder 01 for bridal prep at 10 a.m., folder 02 for the ceremony at 2 p.m., and so on. This completely cures that client disorientation we just talked about. When guests arrive at the gallery link, they see these horizontal luxury pill badges at the top of their screen. It lets them instantly tap right into the exact part of the day they actually care about, completely skipping the rest.
Section 2. VIP PIN-protected privacy.
But look, organization is really only half the battle here. We absolutely need to talk about privacy. And this brings us to Pixeva's digital velvet rope. The crucial point here is understanding the strict boundary between public and private. Public folders are, well, public. They're open to everyone who has the gallery link or scanned the QR code at the event. They're fully visible in the main feed and standard searches. But VIP PIN folders, those are entirely restricted. They are locked behind a custom 4 to 8-digit numeric PIN that the event host sets. These photos are 100% invisible across all feeds, search results, and albums, unless you have that specific code.
Let's picture how this actually plays out in the real world. At a wedding, you can leave the ceremony and photo booth open for all 200 guests, while locking the intimate bridal suite prep behind a pin for just the bridal party. Or for a corporate gala, the keynote and networking photos are public for PR purposes, but the board of directors' private dinner, locked away. Even at a music festival, general admission sees the main stage, but backstage pass holders get an exclusive pin to access the artist lounge photos. It's a game changer. It allows hosts to share a single gallery link with everybody without sacrificing the privacy of their VIPs.
Section 3, AI Search and Zero Leaks. Now, this brings up a really fascinating technical tension. Guests obviously want to find their pictures quickly using AI, but hosts need those VIP folders to remain strictly private. Pixeva's answer to this is a really clever concept called the zero-leak teaser. Think of it like a very polite, discreet bouncer at an exclusive club. If a guest uses Pixeva's AI Selfie Search, the system scans the entire event. But if it finds that guest in a locked folder, it doesn't just show them the photos. Instead, it serves up this zero-leak teaser. It basically informs the guest that, hey, photos of you exist in a private area, but it completely hides the actual image contents, the thumbnails, and any context. Let's look at exactly what you'd experience as a guest. Say you upload a selfie. If you have matches in a private folder, a little banner pops up saying, "Found 3 photos in VIP suite, unlocked to view." It is genuinely that simple. This abstract technical concept becomes incredibly concrete and user-friendly. You know you're on the list, you know there are photos of you inside that room, but you absolutely have to know the password to get through the door. Now, while this whole process feels completely seamless and almost like magic on the front end, it is actually powered by some serious bank-level security on the back end. We're talking an HMEC SHA-256 cryptographic signature. But without getting entirely bogged down in the math here, the real magic is the zero friction. It grants instant access to authorized guests without ever making them create a messy account, download a new app, or remember another login. The host just gives them the 4 to 8-digit PIN, they type it in, and the cryptography securely and instantly unlocks that folder right on their device.
Section 4. Unlock, download, and relock.
Let's walk through what actually happens once a guest gets a PIN, because the level of user control here is just fantastic. Here is that frictionless guest experience, step by step. Step 1, you browse the feed, or upload a selfie. Step 2, you spot that zero-leak teaser banner and click Unlock. Step 3, a beautiful dark glass modal appears on screen, and you punch in your numeric PIN. Instantly, those private photos glide right into your active search feed. And then step 4, which is honestly my favorite part, you can just click the little lock icon to instantly relock that folder. Okay, this one-click relocking feature is built for a scenario we can probably all relate to. Imagine you're at a family gathering and you want to hand your phone over to your aunt to show her some public photos from the reception. But you just unlock the bridal suite folder, which has all those intimate getting ready photos you absolutely do not want her swiping into. With Pixeva, you literally just tap the lock icon on the folder. In one click, it clears the security token, instantly revokes access, and re-hides all those private photos before you even pass the phone over. Crisis averted, literally in a single tap. And finally, this whole folder system completely solves that massive download issue we talked about earlier. Because the event is logically split into sections, guests get one-click selective downloads. You can choose to download a full, high-resolution zip file of just the ceremony, completely bypassing that massive 30-gigabyte file of the entire event. Plus, if someone tries to run a bulk download of the whole gallery, any locked folders they haven't provided a PIN for are totally excluded from the zip file by the server. Your private files stay private, period. So by replacing the endless grid with timeline folders, enforcing strict PIN privacy, and using smart AI to guide guests without leaking data, Pixeva really does solve the photo dump chaos. But it also leaves us with a much bigger question. As AI facial recognition becomes a more standard part of our everyday lives, shouldn't all of our digital platforms be built with this kind of uncompromising zero-leak privacy from the ground up? Think about it. Are you ready to upgrade your next event from a chaotic photo dump to a curated VIP experience? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning, and I'll catch you in the next one.